If you want to win one of these bonds, make sure you subscribed and you watch to the end of the video. If you're looking for a way to earn some GP on the side, perhaps while playing an Ironman or doing some work, an AFK account is the way to go. In this video, we'll be going over the top 5 AFK methods for alt accounts and, both, ranking their profitability and their AFK ability. With all that said, let's crack into the first one. Coming in at 5th place, we have the Cannonball alt. The Cannonball alt is one of the easiest alts on this list, as it has absolute minimum requirements and is extremely AFKable. The only requirements you need are to have completed the Dwarf Cannon quest and 35 smithing. You can get up to 29 smithing from level 1 just by completing the Knight's Sword, but that's not a requirement. You can get the smithing levels however you please. Once you've completed the Dwarf Cannon quest and received your Cannonball mold, you can purchase steel bars directly from the Grand Exchange. From there, you'll just want to smith them into cannonballs. Each steel bar makes 4 cannonballs each, and the cannonballs are stackable. I like to keep my steel bars stack noted in my inventory, as I find using it on the bank counter much easier than withdrawing from the bank each time. But this only works well with stackable items such as cannonballs. I'm losing a few inventory slots each run to the furnace by keeping the bars and the balls in my inventory, but I'm personally okay with that. You may want to keep them in your bank to slightly increase the time between actions, if that's what you prefer. Each inventory already takes over a minute and a half, roughly a minute and 37 seconds, in between each action, which means that you're able to be AFK for a solid minute and a half between clicks. As for the rewards, you'll be looking at making a profit of around 140,000 GP per hour. It's nowhere near as high as some of these other methods, but it balances out due to the AFK time. You'll also gain around 13.5 smithing experience each hour from smithing the cannonballs. It's not too much, but it will add up over time if you're using this alt for a while. Coming in at 4th place, we have smithing iron dart tips. These are made in batches of 10 per bar, and at the time of writing and upload, have a per bar profit of 160 GP. These darts are popular for both fletching experience and early range training, which is why we're able to profit from smithing them. Like any good method, this is going to come with some requirements. In order to be able to smith dart tips, we need to complete the Tourist Trap quest. This is a short quest in the desert which has a small requirement of 10 fletching and 20 smithing. Smithing the iron dart tips also has a requirement of 19 smithing, which is less than the quest requirement. So, if you use a boost for the quest, you will also need to for the darts. Compared to cannonballs, you'll be AFK for slightly less time, as making an inventory of these takes around a minute and 18 seconds. That's still a considerable amount of time between actions, and for a profit of over 150k GP each hour, it's a relaxing way of making money. You'll also be getting around 23,000 smithing experience each hour, which is just slightly better than smithing cannonballs. In 3rd place, we have Karamwan cooking. We won't be considering any tick manipulation, such as 3-tick or 1-tick cooking, as that's not AFK at all. We'll only be discussing normal cooking. The only requirement for Karamwan cooking is the completion of Tai Bo One Eye Trio quest, which has its own requirements of 15 agility and 30 cooking, and also 5 fishing. You need the 30 cooking anyway to cook the Karamwans. Each full inventory is going to take a total of 66 seconds, which is a bit less than the previous methods. This method's profitability also scales up with your cooking level, as each Karamwan you burn means less profit, so at a higher cooking level, when you're burning less Karamwans, you're making more money. Speaking of profit, you're looking at making around 120,000 per hour at low levels, and up to 160,000 per hour at higher levels. While this may seem worse than both cannonballs and iron dart tips, the real benefit of this is that you'll be gaining anywhere from 200,000 to 300,000 cooking experience each hour. It's a great way to level a skill up, while also AFK making a lot of money. Next up, in 2nd place, we have Gargoyles. While the only actual requirement for these are 75 Slayer, Priest in Peril, and a Rock Hammer, there's a few things you'll want to have before you start trying to AFK these. There's also optional upgrades to increase the GP per hour, XP per hour, and time AFK. First off, you'll want 55 magic. This gives you access to high level alchemy. Gargoyles drop a lot of alchables, so keeping fire and nature runes in your inventory, or rune pouch, lets you grow the GP stack as they drop. The rest of the Gargoyles drops are usually stackable or noted items, such as Pure Essence or Gold Ore. Next off, you'll need some decent melee stats. I recommend at least 70 attack, strength, and defense. This will let you use the Guffin the Infested set, which has a 25% chance of healing health equal to your hit. Also, at 82 defense, when using the Guffin set, you'll be able to completely sustain yourself from the set effect. This means you won't have to use any food at all, so that'll significantly improve your trip length. I also highly recommend the use of the Gargoyle Smasher perk, which costs only 120 Slayer points. This makes the method much more AFK, as you will now no longer need to manually use your rock hammer on low health gargoyles, and they'll die like normal mobs. For the rewards, you'll be looking at around 40,000 melee experience each hour. This can be attack, strength, or defense, depending on what style you're using. Gargoyles have a much better profit of up to 400,000 GP each hour. This can hit levels of around 500,000 if you have high melee stats. Once accounting for the barrow's repair costs, and potions if you're using them, you'll be earning around 350 to 375k GP each hour. What's interesting about this method is that the higher your melee stats get, the less AFK it becomes. However, since you'll be killing the gargoyles faster, you'll also be making more money. Finally, in first place, we have Rune Dragons. Rune Dragons are the ultimate ult accounts, and you'll be seeing a lot of high level players having an ult farming Rune Dragons while they play. While these require much more attention, they can still be AFK killed, especially once you're able to reinvest some of your GP into Justiciar armor, the tank armor. The requirements for these is completing Dragon Slayer 2, which requires 200 quest points and a long list of skill requirements. Creating an ult account for Rune Dragons is a long investment, but it will pay off over time. As with Rune Dragons, you can earn between 1 to 3 million GP each hour, depending on your luck with the rare drops. That's after supply cost. Additionally, if you're able to, completing Monkey Madness 2 will allow you access to the Dragon Javelin heads as a drop, further increasing your GP per hour. Rune Dragons are better considered as a hands-off method rather than AFK, as you'll need to click to move when you see them shoot out their lightning attack. If you can afford Justiciar 2, bringing that will not only increase your trip length, but you'll also be using less food, increasing your profit. If you're able to kill 45 of these each hour, you'll be earning a profit between, as said earlier, 1 to 3 million GP. You'll also be looking at around 60,000 to 70,000 melee experience each hour. I don't recommend ranging these, even if you have a Dragon Hunter crossbow. I do, however, recommend investing in a Dragon Hunter lance, which offers a 20% accuracy and damage boost against these dragons. And that wraps up the top 5 ult accounts for money making. If you've made it this far, you either enjoyed the video or you're after the Bond giveaway. To enter the giveaway, all you need to do is make sure you're subscribed and leave a comment down below, which includes your RuneScape display name. Comments are going to be picked randomly, so although I wouldn't complain, compliments won't increase your chances. If you see Bond giveaway in the YouTube title, the competition is still open, so make sure you subscribe and enter. Thanks again for watching, and good luck in the giveaway.